There's an old saying, when ships were made of wood, men were made of steel.
Come on, boys!
Come on!
In 1789, the crew of a British Navy ship rose up and overthrew their captain, William Bligh, in the infamous Mutiny on the Bounty. Bligh and a few loyal men were bundled into a tiny boat and abandoned in the middle of the Pacific. They should have died. Instead, they managed to sail 4,000 miles to safety through some of the most unforgiving seas on Earth.
Big waves, big waves.
It remains one of the greatest survival feats of all time. Now, 9 men are following the same route, in an identical boat, facing the same conditions, to measure themselves against history.
Can the modern day man endure such hardships?
Oh! Come on, lads, bail!
There's nothing normal about being here. Nothing.
Yeah! Be careful, be careful, be careful.
If we make it through, I think it's a huge triumph.
Oh my God! It's a shark! We return, victors.
If we make one mistake,
No!
it's utter disaster.
So far, the crew have faced nature's fury. And a little human fury, too.
Let's get it done! Chris,
I'm just saying,
Chris, shut up for 2 seconds, Chris.
On the highways! Yes! Finally!
They've made it 1,200 miles to Vanuatu, where they've been recovering before embarking on the longest leg of their epic 4,000-mile voyage.
That is horrendous.
Carpenter Ben developed an infection in his hand and was evacuated. But for most of the crew, it feels as if the wrong man has gone.
Don't tell me what to do!
Chris's behavior has turned the group against him.
He just doesn't care. Chris, wake yourself up.
The thing that grinds me the most is how chronically lazy he is.
Do we have him in the boat or not?
I would say no.
Wow. This is just incredible.
The crew are rebuilding their strength for the journey ahead with the help of local fisherman Paul and his fellow islanders.
There is a lot of fish. Look at that.
Oh my God, look at that!
Fish. Fish.
These guys know what they're doing.
Wow. Look at that puffer.
Not edible though, is it?
Do you eat the puffer fish?
Yes. We cut around the skin. Take the skin off. Slowly. And be careful.
The only fish I ever really catch is mackerel, so this is completely different. Amazing. What should I do with this now? These guys are being incredibly helpful. Everything they've shown me about this island has just completely opened my mind. It's just perfect, this place.
Oh my God.
Ladies, this is lovely, thank you.
Vanuatu people are just amazing.
No, it's been a good team. We've been a good team, all of us together.
Oh my goodness, what is this?
I've fallen in love with this place, I really have. The people, the food, the landscape, the weather. I've never been anywhere quite like it. I don't want to leave.
Who thought they'd say, I've been to Vanuatu?
It is untouched paradise. For Bligh and his men, the closest, I guess, would be their experience on Tahiti.
Before the original mutiny on the Bounty, Bligh's crew spent several months on Tahiti. He wrote about this time in a journal that has miraculously survived.
This is certainly the paradise of the world. Happiness is to be found in the highest perfection. We have been treated with the greatest kindness, fed with the best of meat and finest fruits in the world.
These kind of pockmarked seamen walked up on this tranquil, sensuous island, teeming with fruit and vegetables and most lovely, friendly people, and they didn't want to leave. And I can completely relate to that.
200 years later, there's trouble in paradise, and another mutiny is brewing.
I'm a bit fucking worried, to be honest. We came here as a structured, sort of disciplined team, and it's just all gone wrong. No one wants Chris on the boat. People are fed up with his attitude, fed up with him, full stop.
He is a toxic influence on this group.
They can't deal with you like this. Honestly, the way it's coming across is it's like, fuck the lot of you. This is all about Chris Jacks.
Chris's refusal to be a team player has been a source of constant tension.
I'm not going to stay if he carries on like he is.
Mate, we're the fucking victims here that have had to carry him and put up with his shit.
The crew want him off the boat, but the decision rests with the captain, Ant Middleton.
Comrade, can I grab you 2 seconds? Glads, can I just grab you around the fire, please? Right, guys, I feel that the team has been split. We've lost Ben. I don't want this team to be split anymore. Chris will be staying with us, full stop. Chris knows his attitude's got to change. He knows he's got to put the lads first rather than himself first. He knows he's got to stop being selfish. I can't go from 9 men to 7 men. I just can't do it. We've got to stick together as a team. I don't want to hear anything else of it, okay? Any problems you got, you come and see me directly and we'll have it out there and then.
I've always been a bit of a loner, even from a kid, you know. I've always been used to just doing my own thing and going off on my own and being able to be confident in my own ability and, you know, doing what I want, really.
Chris, before I joined the Special Forces, I was a bit of an outsider. You know, I was a bit of a runaway, I was a bit of a toe rag. You know, I had this attitude, I know everything, I know how to do it. So that's why I warmed to Chris. He's a bright lad, but he doesn't like being told what to do. Look at me, I need you. I mean that. I've got you back. I'll get everyone together and we will bond.
Fucking 2 days, Sam. 2 days, Sam. Couldn't let you down, could I, mate?
No, don't let me down. More importantly, don't let yourself down.
I know, I will.
Right, let's get going. As captain, it's my job to keep this team together. If I let people go, it shows a failure on my behalf. If I have to strap them to the boat, I strap them to the boat.
The time has come to say goodbye to their new friends on Vanuatu.
Here we come.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah!
It may be 2 weeks before they see land again.
Guys, just gather in quickly. Firstly, I'd just like to say how touched and blessed we are to have experienced your culture. We can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for us. We've had this with us since we've left.
So we've got the spirit of the crew in this parang. When you use this, remember how much we love and respect you guys. Paul, this is for you. Thank you very much. And also Ricky, as my Vanuatu brother. So I'll give you my knife, okay? And that is for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Forever my brother. So thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Boys, let's get going. Let's do this. Can we just get the foresail up? Let's get our heads back into the game now, okay? That's left behind now. We stay united, we stay strong, and we get through this together, okay? Bye, guys. Hey! Hey, do you want to race? Come on, let's have it. Love you guys. Bye. Take it easy, man. Bye. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. We feel a little bit more like sailors now, don't we? Don't we? Yeah. Come on, dude.
Ant and his crew now face the longest sea passage of their entire voyage. In 1789, Bligh and his men spent 2 weeks navigating the vast Coral Sea before reaching Restoration Island off the Australian coast. The crew set a course due west, hoping to do the same.
Restoration Island, here we come.
I feel pretty prepared. We've got sugar cane, we've got bananas, we've got water, more bananas. Any more bananas? Watermelon.
This pork looks sensational. Look at that.
That smells insane. Did they say they'd smoked it? Was the pig smoked?
Yeah.
We'll all eat together. We've got good rations, but we've just got to make sure we ration it correctly, because the last thing we want to do is eat, and all of a sudden leave ourselves with nothing. Chug us your bowls or whatever you're having them in. I am Captain Bligh on this journey, and the buck stops at me.
The allowance I issued today was a quarter of a breadfruit and a coconut to each person. I was happy to find everyone's spirits revived, and they all seemed determined to do their best.
I can't tell you how happy the sight of these makes me. That is 124 chilies, one each per day all the way to Restoration.
Sam, I've just noticed how your beard's coming along, mate. You look like Shaggy off Scooby-Doo. Oh my God, it's getting better.
Fucking hell, mate, that's good stuff. That is nice.
How does it feel to be back on the road there, Jack?
Amazing. Happiest I've been, I think, since we've started this voyage, definitely.
After a tough childhood and a spell in prison, Chris took up sailing in his mid-20s.
I've just sailed around Britain on my own in 29 days, which was my first ever time that I'd sailed solo.
Oh, this is just absolutely scary.
You know, and I am quite single-minded, and if there's something I want to do, I'll do it. I don't need people to hold me hand in life.
Check this guy out.
This is the most beautiful it's been on the boat, I think.
It's mad, isn't it?
I'm hoping during this, 14-day leg or however long it is, that we share more of these moments together. I feel I have this responsibility to coach him, to help him, to take him under my wing. I'm not going to give up on Chris. That's what I will not do. I will not give up on Chris.
So we've got a little storm coming in, boys.
Brace yourselves.
After 3 days at sea, the crew are hundreds of miles from land.
Really horrible.
And the weather's turned.
I have fearful memories of what happened to us a few weeks ago.
One sort of error here could mean that you die. Look at that.
Strong gusts threaten to flip the boat.
Quick, 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 quick. Someone help him.
Don't let it in the sea. Don't let it in the sea. Drag it out quickly. Move, 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 move.
Okay. You make knots look so easy.
Come on, lads. Get that bloody sail in.
I like Conrad.
And always go up and double it.
When it comes to sailing, he's the man.
Sailing Master Conrad is Ant's second in command.
I'm a driven individual. I love challenges. I'm married with two beautiful girls, Isabel and Caitlin. So that was a bigger boat. In 2004, became the 5th British guy to finish the Vendée Globe. It's a 100-day race around the world, down through the Atlantic, into the Southern Ocean, around Antarctica, and then straight back up.
Daddy's got more hair then. And less grey hair.
There is Cape Horn.
Shush.
What?
The sea is a cruel place, and we're going to some environments which are going to really, really test, even the hardiest of sailors.
There is no way to hide it. It's tough.
Some of the crew members are going to really struggle with it.
How you feeling, Luke?
It's nice, isn't it? I hate the fucking rain.
But it's good that we're making good progress now towards Restoration Island as well.
Can we set up one reef in the mainsail and pull the lug sail back up in that order?
Conrad's not the only sailor on the boat with experience. Chris relishes the chance bad weather brings to put his skills to good use.
Keep rolling that one.
Let me know when you're ready, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice one, Lar.
Right.
Good work, man, good work.
I love the challenge and the struggle of being out at sea. I love it.
Chris seems to be happier, getting involved in a lot more.
So I normally go right over left.
So let's see how you do on that.
I hope this continues throughout the whole journey, really.
Before the original mutiny on the Bounty in 1789, the sailor Captain Bligh took under his wing was the young master's mate, Fletcher Christian.
Fletcher and Bligh were actually meant to have a good relationship as well, at first bit like me and Ant.
I was on the most friendly terms with Christian. I gave him an order to take charge of the watch, his abilities being thoroughly equal to the task.
Yet it was Fletcher Christian, the young man Bligh mentored, who would go on to lead the mutiny on the Bounty. Two centuries later, Chris is on watch, while his captain sleeps.
I'm going to do 3 hours of this shift tonight, just to let our captain and get some rest.
Handling heavy weather in the pitch black is a demanding skill for anyone.
I can't see the waves, but what I'm doing throughout my body is I'm feeling everything what's going on. I've just got to help out more and not sort of think about maybe what's in it for me, but just think about, being part of the team and just helping us all get to the finish line, really.
Next morning, the winds are still up, but now they're perfect for sailing.
Tease the sheet, tease the sheet, tease the sheet! Okay, I'm with
It blew very hard, and the foam of the sea kept running over our stern and quarters. Towards noon, it became fair weather, but with very little abatement of the gale.
Averaging a speed of around 6 knots, and I'm just hoping that we can have this wind and weather for the rest of the trip.
If we keep this up, we're going to be flying. We can do this in 12 days.
They're going so fast, they even hope to beat Bligh's distance record for a single day, 150 miles.
It says we've done 136.5.
I reckon Bligh was talking shit. He just went, yeah, 150 miles in a day.
Yeah. No one's going to beat that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've finally got through to Chris. And at the moment, Chris is the best helmsman on the boat. The team's working more efficiently and better than it ever was before. So I'm hoping the winds stay like this, then I'm hoping the team stays like this.
They've made it almost halfway across the Coral Sea, but the weather in the South Pacific is always changing.
And now we have Freddie Benjamin giving us an update with the wind. How's the wind, Freddie Benjamin?
Fuck all wind! We're not moving at all. I suppose the benefit is that we can all go for a sort of a free swim, really. Man overboard!
Hey!
Woo!
Is it nice?
It's lovely. Who does this in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean? Nothing for miles and miles, hundreds of miles. Just water and our good selves. Hey! Come on, combat.
Go on.
Win that one.
It's amazing, like just that little tiny bit of space and, you know, freshness of the water. Suddenly everything feels right again. Not designed, are we, to sit in one place?
No.
Be caged.
You know what? I think everyone should go in.
You going in?
No. It's not in my comfort zone at all. I'm very aware that there's a lot of stuff in this sea that will hurt you, and so you should respect it.
Captain Bligh's penis is exposed.
One man.
That's one man.
Thank you very much.
After a hot day going nowhere, tonight's dinner is on the turn.
Fucking meat turns so quickly when it starts to go, doesn't it?
Just bin the rest, mate.
I hate throwing away food.
I'm just going through them all. Anyone want to eat this rotten one? Oh, this one's about to go as well.
This is a bit of a blow, to be honest.
Now varnish.
I hoped we'd get 8-9 days into the voyage before we had to strip it right back.
Bligh's men also struggled with rotting food when seawater soaked their rations.
For dinner, I divided 4 coconuts with the remainder of the rotten bread, which is only eatable by such distressed people.
Everyone's really hot. Everyone's really thirsty. Everyone's really tired. Everyone's down on energy. And the rations now are really low.
Everything's going downhill.
The crew was still more than a week from land, with rotting supplies and rapidly sinking morale.
The rations are rotting, with barely any wind. So yeah, great fun. Every time the boat gets slower, the amount of days that we're going to be travelling gets longer. So every time it's travelling really well, everyone's like, yeah, everything's great, we're going to be there in 8 days. And then literally half an hour later, everyone's morale just hits the floor and everyone's like, it's going to be 11 days. Fuck.
11 days of this. And then the boat picks up, he's like, yeah, we're going to be there in 8 days. 11 days. 8 days. 11 days. It's not the steadiest of moods. When do you think we're all going to start going mental and eating each other?
As the wind rises and darkness falls, a squall blows up.
It's so dark out there. Thick, black clouds covering the sky. And the sea is just crashing around us. Imagine falling into that.
Don't worry about champion on now.
Just the time
And yes, this cannot happen again.
Yeah, Chris, that's a major issue. Come on.
Kiss ass, mate.
Yeah.
You're fucking walking around with no life jacket on. You go over the side here, you are fucked, mate. We're not going to find you. You've got no safety kit. You've got no light. You've got nothing on you. We'll never find you.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking sort it out.
Chris.
I have no problem in accepting that he's right, but it was just the way he just started speaking to me.
You shouldn't have to be told twice, especially in these winds. Really being patient with him. Like, more patient than I've been with anyone in my whole entire life. But he's draining me, absolutely draining me. We are in the middle of fucking nowhere.
After over a week at sea, Ant and his crew are somewhere in the featureless South Pacific.
So theoretically, our position gives us a latitude of 15 degrees. 60 miles further south, we thought, which I'm not entirely convinced is right.
Yeah, in
I think we are somewhere here.
Yeah.
Without any landmarks or GPS, like Bligh, the only way they can work out their position is by the sun and the stars.
We're reenacting the voyage of Bligh when he had nothing but a sextant to navigate with.
We were sailing across a sea where the navigation is but little known. Without a chart, and nothing but my own recollection of places, assisted by a book of latitudes and longitudes to guide us.
Bligh's feat of navigation has become one of the most renowned in history. It will be down to sailing master Conrad to repeat his triumph.
Going to be really, really testing for me personally, because our accuracy of navigation has got to be very, very, very good. And as sailors these days, we don't practice these type of skills anymore.
They must measure the angle of the sun above the horizon at a precise time of day. It's a complex calculation.
Wait for the sun to reach the top of the sky. At that exact point, the sun will be bearing due north. That will give us a latitude line.
Conrad needs an experienced sailor on each watch to take sextant readings.
Right, Chris, you need to start looking around about 1 o'clock till about 1:15. You wanted to learn, so I'm gonna run through it with you.
Chris?
Yeah, just really not in the mood at the moment.
You just want to do what you want to do when you want to do it, and you can't work like that.
I just don't like learning when I'm being patronised.
Nobody's patronising. No one's patronising you, mate.
Anytime I say I do anything, I get patronised.
Any work that we give you, you go, like, no, I'll do it now, I'll do it now, no, and you always find an excuse. Useless.
Like this moment now,
useless.
I can't be arsed.
Just doesn't want to learn, doesn't want to listen. And I really thought that he was turning a corner. I really thought that he was making progress, and then he comes out with stuff like this.
I'm feeling like I'm being treated like a 10-year-old kid. You know, I'm a sailor with a hell of a lot of experience, and I'm not in charge of literally anything apart from when I go for the piss, when I go for the shit, and what time of day I decide to eat my biscuits.
Chris is a frustrating character. On the one hand, very bright and a good sailor, but there's definitely some issues there.
After 9 days at sea, the mood on the boat is not the only thing turning sour.
We're just sort of festering. The smell is a combination of armpits, genitals, and back passages in a sort of sweet, sour cocktail. This boat is now smelling a little bit like what I imagine a dog kennel smells like. A sailor's life is not for me. I'd just love to be at home with Pete having a cup of tea. Tea?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm very, very lucky.
How's your day?
I'm married to a lovely man called Pete.
Thank you.
I'm very happy with my life.
So come in, Mrs. Morris.
I'm a GP, and I will have a basic medical supply on the ship. But it's going to be very bare bones medicine. I'm not going to have a lot of equipment, so there's not going to be that much that I can offer them.
Whoa! Ah!
People are going to get diarrhea, and as soon as one person on that ship gets it, everyone's going to have it.
Cleaning my arse at the same time. It's great. Nature's B-Day.
Ship's Dr. Luke has plenty of problems to inspect.
Oh. Oh.
That looks painful.
Oh, that is truly disgusting.
All the salt's building up on our skin, and that's basically making us get these salty sores, mainly on our backsides. Should we see your leg?
He's watching us be malnourished and lack of sleep and dehydrated, and he knows that our sort of physical well-being is in his hands.
On to my next patient now.
People are falling apart. Lucky for 5 able seamen at the moment. This is what William Bligh and his men would have faced. They would have gone down with all these diseases, injuries. That's exactly what we've got.
Every person complained of violent pain in their bones. Our appearances were horrible. I could no way look, but I caught the eye of someone in distress. Some of my people seemed half dead.
If you look around, you've got to think to yourself, they were floating around here. You know, we are seeing the same sea, the same sky, the same swirl as all of them would have seen. And the same pain and suffering as well. That's sort of a bit scary, actually.
Does anyone want a coconut now?
Yes, yes. No, my coconut!
Oh,
shit
house.
No.
Seriously?
I'm overboard.
What a dickhead.
Mate, that's the most panicked I've ever heard your voice.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, no. No, fuck that.
Will Sir be dining with us today?
Yes, so we'll be having the pheasant foie gras.
Nice.
And for dessert, so we'll be having a lemon sorbet.
In terms of the cravings and obsession with food, some people on this ship are going, I would almost say borderline, sort of seriously mentally unwell.
I too will have a lemon sorbet.
Yeah. It's just a good move, isn't it? Tell you what would be good, grapefruit sorbet.
People are really at the end of their tethers.
Chris, you on, bro?
Meant to be on watch. Ah, Chris.
So upsetting.
With empty stomachs and sore limbs, crew patience is wearing thin.
One of my big pet peeves is how much he sleeps when he's supposed to be on watch. Absolutely hate that. That really hacks me off.
I can't just keep sticking up for him. I can't keep protecting him. Just stick your jumper and your shirt away.
And not sit on it.
When you get your clothes soaking wet, or when they go overboard and you've got nothing...
I've just been doing all that, that's why.
This is an order. Put your jumper and your T-shirt away. Use your jacket to sit on. Put your T-shirt and your jumper away now.
I am.
Yeah. Take it you don't want it then?
No.
No, I've
don't want it. I'll fucking chuck it away. You will thank me, mate. I don't know how much more I can take of him. Normally, if someone like Chris, you know, gets under my skin that much, I just walk away. But I'm stuck on a fucking boat. I'm stuck on a 23-foot boat. Guys, I need you to fucking be on the ball now. Because this is serious.
A month after being cast adrift, Ant's crew faces a new challenge. The winds and ocean currents have taken them dangerously close to two submerged atolls in the Coral Sea, Shark and Osprey Reef.
This part of the journey is high alert stuff. You know, we have to expect that a wave could swamp the boat. Worse still, you know, could capsize the boat. You know, we might end up on the reef. Don't for 1 minute let your guard down.
The plan is to attempt to sail between the two reefs, but to avoid the invisible hazards, they have to plot a precise route.
So at the moment we're coming along here.
Yeah.
Osprey Reef is here.
See Shark Reef and Osprey Reef.
Yeah. So let's carry on steering sort of 270 on the compass. Hitting an entrance to a reef, we know that it's only a few miles across. It's going to be hard, you know, probably harder than we've experienced before.
Negotiating the gap in high seas and without GPS is extremely difficult, especially at night.
The boat's pretty uncontrollable in these conditions. Been told to keep it on a course of 265 to 270, but as you can see I'm on 270 now and the sail's collapsed. So I'd say normally in these conditions you'd just jibe to be safe.
Jibing involves swinging the sail to the other side of the mast to change course. But it's a risky maneuver in the dark, and Ant wants to hold off for now.
On this bearing, 265, we're going to be going over the northern tip of Shark Reef. If we get closer to it and we have to jibe, then we will. Try and keep it on 265.
It's impossible under these conditions.
Nothing's impossible, Chris.
It's just really difficult. Because either way, the sail collapses and we're going to hit the reef.
Little does he know, I've been up for 2-3 hours before this, monitoring with Conrad how best to tackle these reefs whilst he's been fucking asleep.
2 hours later, they're dangerously close to the reef.
Let's have everyone up then. Guys, can we whack in a jibe, please? I just want to make sure that we're clear of the reef.
Let's get this mainsail over ASAP.
All right, let's go, Chris. Did say that. Did say before, didn't I?
Chris, just stop being so negative. I told you this, I told you that. We're not fucking kids, Chris.
That's good seamanship.
Shut up. Don't forget your position. Chris was just like, I told you so. That's just constantly questioning my authority, constantly not following orders.
And is absolutely mentally, emotionally drained, I think. Chris, he's a nice chap with a lot to offer, but he can't let anything go. He clings to every single argument and every disagreement. Aaron's been his biggest supporter, and he's just had it thrown back in his face.
As dawn breaks, the boat is safely through the reefs. But instead of joining Anton watch, Chris is sleeping in.
Now, raging inside. People were told at the beginning of the watch to stay switched on and to stay alert through the reef to make sure that we don't run aground, and I shouldn't have to ask twice. But I've had enough of it now. That's it. Final straw, that was. Enough's enough.
Yeah, it's hard to say or do anything on this boat anymore. Can't sleep.
You can't get any sleep.
Talk utter fucking bullshit. How can you say you get no rest for the little amount that you do and the amount that you sleep? I don't know how you can whinge. It just shocks me.
The situation with Chris has just continued to deteriorate. I'm a bit worried about him.
Fucking hell. I feel like my head is literally about to fucking blow up. I just don't even want to be here so much.
I can't imagine doing this with that added pressure of thinking everyone hates you. And, you know, the captain clearly has big issues with him. I can't really see any solution.
I can't do this anymore. I reckon it's best I go. I don't want to be here at all. I'm feeling lower and lower. I'm used to being in control, and I've never been used to being treated like a kid. No one wants to listen to me about sailing. No one wants to acknowledge anything I say.
What do you want to happen?
I just want to get off today. Now, right this second.
Chris.
And something else will happen again. I'll do something, say something wrong again, and it's just not right, mate.
The emergency support team are called in.
I'm absolutely devastated I can't get to the end of this.
I feel like I've let you down. In the military, it's black and white. Don't get emotionally attached. Here, I've had to get emotionally attached.
I take responsibility for things I've done wrong, having my gear in the wrong place and that. Cheers, man, it's great fun, mate. You too, mate, fucking hell. Got huge respect for you, mate.
I've actually connected with Chris. He's so much like me. No one else is on this boat. I'm gutted that he's gone. Give him a failure in my eyes. Chris, see you later, brother. But he just wasn't right for this team.
And there you go. He's out of here. Shame, real shame. He wasn't in a position of control. He was being controlled.
And he isn't somebody of that character that can be controlled. He's a wild child. Has been from a very young age.
I did think, am I Fletcher Christian here? Am I the mutineer? Fletcher Christian and Bligh's relationship broke down towards the end. And in a way, it's exactly what's happened here. But I'll never take anything away from Ant's leader. That man is unbelievable what he does. I just don't think he's ever been used to dealing with anyone like me before.
It's not ideal that Chris has left. I feel like in a way that I've let him down, but now we forget about what's happened and we go on the up from here, okay?
With Ant's crew down to 7 men, they must now face their most daunting challenge, the Great Barrier Reef. What seafarers used to call the Labyrinth.
We all step up, we all stay united, and we all finish this brothers in arms. This is the team, and this is gonna fucking work. Is that understood?
Yes.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Fucking get in. Comrade. Brother. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Luke. Sam, let's get this journey complete.
Next time on Mutiny.
See the white brakes? If we end up on those, it's game over.
A rough ride through the world's greatest reef.
We're heading towards the lock, quick as we can, guys.
Relief on Restoration Island.
Steaks tonight, baby! Ah!
And more trouble ahead for Ant.
Rich, it's not fucking safe on land. We're not safe on a boat. I think they're fucked.